To game number 2 of Jin Air. They just
You get really desensitized pretty quick.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't agree?
I don't know. I
you
don't.
wet the bed?
Well, not quite.
Not quite. All right.
Maybe mentally.
All right. You were leaking. Pepe laugh.
Oh god. No, there were a couple of moments that were pretty freaky, but no wetting of the bed, not this time around.
Well,
yeah.
Hanwha Life right now taking what is rightfully theirs, apparently, as they're going to get this red buff here. The Elise is level 6. Malrang looked like he was heading back down into bottom lane, but everything is going really bad except for on the top side of the map. But even that's not really going that good, as bonO is going to come back down here, and he might run into Malrang.
Just avoids the tip of that spear, though. Nicely done, not going to take any damage. So the pressure is on.
They don't quite manage to get a turret plate.
Not quite there. Lava still feeling pretty good about the mid lane.
And well, now Lava's actually threatening to come down, and with that amount of firepower, they can dive the turret. No questions asked. Lulu, remember, she doesn't have TP.
And now there's no Devour. It's
going
to be really hard for them to step forward, especially with Aurelia on vision. So.
And they're losing all of this XP. Malrang's even going to absorb it with them. Oh man, this is catastrophic.
Wow. Lava's still here.
You know The Day After Tomorrow, the movie?
Yeah, what about it?
This was actually a deleted scene.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
That movie was alright.
It was. You know, for its time, it really was.
Yeah. Bad. As we're rotating over to the Mountain Drake, with all that pressure, Hanwha will take this free objective. And that Lulu mid isn't really doing it for me. Obviously, the teleport was a big reason why she wasn't able to help out if any dive was going to happen or anything like that. But just being pushed in on by the Aurelia. The Aurelia seems to have so much more priority. And she's not being poked out at all by that one.
And a lot of it comes down to that initial early teleport that just really dictated a lot of the tempo and pacing of the lane. And even though Grace salvaged it in the sense that he's only down 6 CS right now, everything is really not looking good for Jin Air here in this game number 2. Now, Clown Dragon will be coming up next, which is definitely a breather for them. They can sit back knowing that they don't have to consume that. And Hanwha Life will not be the happiest team in the world, even when they do get it, as bonO now is going to be up here, and Malrang is looking for a counter gank, match gank.
And Malrang can absolutely answer this. The Cocoon is going to go wide, but the burst damage onto Lindarang, and Malrang took way too long to come out of that bush.
Yeah, that was really surprising, and now Thal is going to be the one that will be ahead now up in top lane, and bonO should be able to actually do his red side jungle and transition back top, but instead Malrang is actually going to stay top and absorb some of the passing XP. As meanwhile now down in bottom lane, the Sona and Tahm Kench not having the best of times.
Yeah, at least Root was able to finish his quest.
It's 59 to 99 right now. Now 101. Okay, 102.
Yeah, got the wave pushing in though, you know. Looking for that other plate as they get a huge amount of damage down. The Demolish proc happens too. And it kind of reminds me of Game 2 of Griffin versus SKT earlier, where it was like Sivir and, I forget the support, maybe Lux, but they were just pushing in. And the Sona Tahm Kench got so far behind because they got dove very early on that they really couldn't do much. They just got too far behind and then lost that one. As now Grace is going to flash away as the stopwatch as well, trying to survive here, but going to be flashed on by Lava. Lindarang trying to turn this one around. Has his own stopwatch though. The second one for the side of Jin Air, but it will still go 2-1 in favor of Hanwha Life.
And that's a really big victory for Hanwha Life for a couple of reasons. The Elise, yes, she ends up going down, but she's pathing straight down into bottom anyway, which is the first side of the jungle is going to be up. Whereas Zhao, he's left remaining, but also look on the left-hand side, the stopwatches that were blown on the side of Jin Air. Right now, you have 1 level in the jungle, 1 level in the top lane, 1 level in ADC.
Yeah.
And for all of this to be occurring so early on, Jace has to be really careful. It's definitely spelling disaster right now for Jin Air.
Yeah. It's definitely unfortunate. I know Jin Air has a lot of fans, but they've kind of become the testing block in the LCK, the punching bag. It's like, we can rate your performance based on how well you do against Jin Air and really figure out just how well you can win is kind of the way it goes here when you are going up against Jin Air, which, again, it's not really what we want to see, but it is what it is. And now Hanwha Life, they took the first Mountain Drake. They got a ton of plates already, and they're looking for more here with a Shelly at 13 minutes.
And now with the Dragon, or the Herald, I'm sorry, they should realistically be able to convert it into turret plates. It looks like they're taking it top lane. bonO probably going to summon it right away. Jace can't cancel it.
Unless he hops over the wall and then knocks her back.
Hops over,
and then
makes the game reactivate his flash.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 more plates in First Blood turret gold going over to Aatrox.
He's got big pockets in this game.
Yep.
Sometimes the Aatroxes aren't really showing up, but this time around, oh boy.
1,500 gold advantage over his opponent. As the gold lead now extends globally to 2.4, 2.5k. And Cloud Dragon going to be next on the agenda.
This is all looking really good here for Hanwha Life. If I'm them, I mean, they have total control of this game. Probably just get the Cloud Drakes in hopes that you can roll a better one, because you're almost definitely going to pick up that one as well. Still looking for this turret plate CG that we get to come up after every time. Okay, there it is. 5 in the top side, 1 in mid, 3 in bot, whereas Jin Air only able to get 3 in total. And another turret did fall almost immediately after as Hanwha able to push into the bottom lane.
And
trying to punish Lava here. Is going to get polymorphed and burst down. Nicely done. They're able to come together for that one as bonO was a little bit busy with the Cloud Drake.
He gets himself the Cloud Drake, but yeah, Lava bit off a little bit more than he could chew at that point in time. And fortunately for Jin Air, the next dragon coming up as well is another Cloud Drake, so definitely some breathing room. You can see that Lava, he really wanted to trade right here, doesn't expect that Malrang is in the close vicinity.
It's well baited. You know. Grace just steps up with half health. He's like, here, take me. And, well, Malrang was right there.
Now Elise is going to transition to her red. And the unfortunate thing for Hanwha is rolling these kind of dragons does mean that you will have to wait until Baron. It's not like you got Mountain, Infernal, and you can just start turret diving with all the ramped up damage. But with that Mountain Drake and having the Elise and the champions that they do, it should be pretty easy to capture a Baron early on.
For the meanwhile, just rotating the lanes over. Sangyoon and Key going to make their way into the mid lane. And just begin to push this one in. You can see even with the Sona healing, not even really able to deal with the poke from the Xayah. So they're able to push really fast. Sona roots here is just going to have to farm under turret. But as you mentioned, you know, it is going to be a while before this Baron comes up, about 4 minutes. So it's kind of the downside of taking so many objectives so early.
And Hanwha Life now posturing around the mid side of the map.
Okay, Sendo comes in, and Root goes out, so does Thal. And we're all friends again.
And that is a lot of mid-turret damage. Jace finally comes in with a shock blast, helps clears out the minion wave, but the damage for the most part was done. And pinging of the minion waves, interesting. Wonder what they're actually communicating when pinging all of them simultaneously. Aurelia now on a split push mission up in top as Jin Air is currently doing the Nayram.
Yeah, it did look like for a while that all 5 of them were grouping up saying, hey, let's push the mid lane. But that's not going to happen. Hanwha just have so many threats in their lineup, with the Aurelia and the Aatrox being pretty fed. And of course, their AD carry with the most farm in the game.
Another red buff stolen away as well by bonO, and now Lava clearing out control wards. And this is really interesting, actually. Jin Air is investing more into defensive wards than Hanwha Life is in offensive wards. And so that definitely has to be one of the things that is actually clawing away at Jin Air's economy ever so slightly.
He having to grand exit away in that case, as it's a little bit too close to the enemy team, and Sangyoon wasn't there for him to dash to. Zaya was a little bit mad at her boyfriend. That top tier 2 is taking a surprising amount of damage. We see the pings going down already, as I would assume that's been done by Lava here.
And they're probably just waiting on Aurelia to complete her Trinity Force as well as Elise to get her second core item before they would end up fighting. Trinity Force is now complete though for Aurelia. A minute, or just over a minute until the Cloud Dragon will end up spawning. Interesting to me, actually, so many members are sitting on tier 1 boots on the side of Hanwha Life, and I do wonder if it has to do something with the fact that they're considering that they're going to get both Cloud Dragons, and so they can allocate the money elsewhere, and so because of that, the Cloud Dragon is sort of a pseudo-Infernal Dragon.
Yeah, you know, we have seen this before. I feel like this is one way that the Korean teams, at least, have been able to make that Cloud Drake get some more value overall, especially if you're going to pick up 2, as you mentioned. Not to mention that potential third Cloud Drake. What's his name again?
Crown Drake.
Crown Drake? Okay.
Yeah.
There you
Crown
go.
Drake.
Yeah.
Clown, Cloud, and Crown.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I think I got it.
Open, open, open. That's the
So know their name?
Yeah.
What about Ocean Man for number 3?
Absolutely not.
That's a good one.
That would imply
I'd go
that
for
you
that.
are you're worth something, right? Because an ocean is a large body of water, right?
Yeah.
All right, so large doesn't really work with 3 oceans. You know, 3 ocean dragons.
3 oceans is very large if you add them together.
Nope. Definitely not. Go into Sandbox, check it out yourself.
I see.
I feel like I genuinely feel like Ocean Dragon is bad design. It's really powerful and oppressive early on in the laning phase because you can shove the wave, fight with your opponent, and then you go out of combat before the next wave gets hit. Okay, great. Those small increments of mana and HP that early on is beneficial. Regioning 300, 400 HP after a team fight at 25, 26 minutes often doesn't matter in the mass majority of cases.
Yeah.
However, having an extra 400 damage inside of that team fight is really different due to thresholds and passives that might need to get procced or yada yada yada. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Even 3 Ocean Dragon, I'll give Cloud Dragon credit. Once you get to 2, it does feel very nice, and 3 is obviously beneficial, but I can almost never get behind Ocean Drake.
What if it like scaled up during the game? Like became just a little bit more. As
Oh
the
yeah,
game
I
went
think it needs buff.
like every 10 minutes or so. You know, nothing over the top.
No, it needs to be over the top. Okay.
You think so?
You can nerf it earlier if you want to, but make it more over the top later. I would think. I just.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the notion. that Ocean Drake's really, really good, and then it's like, go into replays, see what it actually does. Go into Sandbox, see what it does. Go through every game where a team has an Ocean, and look at it in isolation and ask, okay, did Ocean come into play here? Did Ocean happen here? Did Ocean impact something? In most cases, the answer is no. Can't say the same, though, for Infernal, Mountain, and Drakes like that.
Well, we do have a Baron start here. It is going to be spotted. Again, this is at 22 minutes. They do have the Mountain, which, again, we talked about tailoring your play towards certain Mountain, or rather, certain Drakes that you do pick up. It seems like Hanwha Life has been pretty good about that so far. So now they're looking for the pick here. He is going to go way wide. And Lava not really able to connect afterwards with any damage. It's hard to really force yourself into that small corridor and find much at all, as the Devourer is going to be there for the Sona. And now we're going in on to bonO, who has to get over the wall here. Nearly going to go down to the shot class on the backside, and Jin Air, perhaps his plane is beginning to take off.
Jin Air's actually bouncing back. And that didn't really cost them anything. It cost them Malrang's flash, which is a pretty fine thing to do right now. They're going to get a lot of map control back. They get quite a bit of gold back under themselves. And now, Hanwha Life, they're going to go back to farming. And the real scary thing right here is Sangyoon's only 12 in this clip. He gets 13 after this. He gets 3 levels over the enemy bot lane. He whiffs completely. That was a pretty good Leroy Jenkins expression. Yeah, nice. Hanwha's not done yet. They're going in here again as Key is clearing out the vision that he can. Oh, and they don't know. They're moving away from the Baron. I don't even get it. They saw Sangyoon.
Yeah, not sure about that one.
They actually saw Sangyoon on a ward. They saw him moving over there. What do you think he's going over there to? Rakan just cleared out the ward. I guess he's just going to watch him. He's going to go watch Rakan.
He's got to protect Rakan when he's clearing out the vision, you know? I mean, you know, regardless of if they know 100% or not, you need to have ways to get in there and check, right? Someone's got to face check.
Well, it was that they're all just moving away from it completely. As if there's no inclination that this might be a possible play. And it's so bizarre when they have the wards necessary that could give them said inclination.
Yeah, maybe we'll be able to get a replay. Not 100% sure because nobody went down on the play. But that's going to be a big moment for Hanwha. They move in with the Baron buff and look to take out some of these turrets.
And now this converts into Infernal. Baron, 2.5 minutes remaining, 50 seconds until the Infernal Dragon. And just look at Xayah's attack damage right now, 247. So if she gets an Infernal Dragon, she's basically getting a pickaxe.
Yeah, it's pretty intense for sure. And it looks like they're just going to wait a little bit for that one. Not really pushing the envelope. They're just slowly pushing in top, mid, and bot, though. So bonO hanging around bot, seeing if anyone would come in to challenge Lava. The answer is no, so at least, and really a pretty high attack speed on that one, able to bring that one down relatively quickly. They can push in here, take out the tier 2 turrets, and then move on to that Infernal.
Gold League continues to extend here. It's almost 10,000, currently at 8 for Hanwha Life.
Yeah, wow. Kind of out of nowhere, we got 4,000 on the Baron power play.
Yeah.
So this Jin Air airplane, once again, coming down for a landing.
As the descent?
Yeah, it's the descent now.
They lose all their jungle camps as well. You can see that Lava, he is waiting on a minion wave. They're not quite pulsating all of these at the same exact time, and that's allowing Jin Air to actually juggle them relatively well.
Yeah, we've seen some teams in the LCK have trouble with this. They're just waiting.
Yeah, you can
see that
see
Lava
now.
now.
Yeah, now they're doing it.
Nice, nice.
That's actually very nice play. Yeah, they pulsated that one quite well.
As we're going in again, as a nice blast from Root, you can tell that his mechanics are still on point. And meanwhile, on the top lane, Lindarang lost his whole health bar. So Thal is going to be able to take out that turret just by himself. Jin Air,
cannon.
Yeah, just trying to focus on the mid lane, but they're getting taken down anyway, as every lane is being pushed right now. Grace can do not much at all up against Lava on the bottom side. Top inhibitor goes down. Sangyoon and the boys here in the mid lane going to take down the mid inhibitor. And now we can easily rotate down to the bottom side as Hanwha very cleanly. It was a struggling team fight into a sneak Baron play. Sneak with quotations.
And so now what they're going to end up doing is they're going to back up. They're going to get the Infernal Dragon, come off the recall with elixirs, and Jin Air, they're going to have a very bad time. Oh, they might get Thal.
Yeah, they're going to get Thal here. As well, he does have his flash, but he's trying to take a root, and he almost does.
They got Grace's flash.
Grace had to flash over to save his life.
That's really, really unfortunate because Thal has teleport. So as soon as he's up again, he's going to have teleport available. And now Grace doesn't have flash for a team fight inside of the base. Elise is going to go over, get the right-hand side Scuttle Crab, and also pick up the Infernal Dragon. And all the champions right now on the side of Hanwha Life are just so strong.
Yeah.
Teleport on Aatrox is going to be available for him to use as soon as he respawns in 20 seconds. And that should be the Doom push because the level advantage is just overwhelming across the board, as well as the sheer power inside of the gold and the amount of value that the Infernal Drake is actually giving all the champions right now. Several thousand gold worth.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we were targeting Rakan when that Infernal was taken, so not really the most relevant champion to target. I was hoping we'd take a look at the Xayah, but it looks like the final push is coming in. Cocoon gonna force that one out as finally Key is gonna land this one. The big wombo combo, he still goes down, but everybody else on the side of Hanwha Life is gonna make quick work of the side of Jin Air. Even Thal forced a flash on there, or rather Zhonya's just to survive. As the push comes in, Hanwha gonna take the very clean and easy 2-0 up against Jin Air tonight.
And so Jin Air, they come out tonight. Game number 1 looked a little bit better than game number 2, where they did just seem to fall apart.